He is.
He should be fired today.
Currently runs it. And so you take a player that is Wiggy, I think you probably have Luka in your top 5.
Oh, yeah, all day long. All day
I know
long.
you have Tatum right at the
Tatum, Luka, the Joker,
SGA,
and Giannis.
Yeah. So you take a top 5 player,
25 years old too. Remember that.
And you deal him for not a lot, and
for nothing.
And well, I mean, is there an argument that with AD they are better positioned to win the finals? They didn't do it last year because of the Celtics. So maybe.
No, because you were a better team with Luka and Kyrie than you are with Kyrie and AD. My opinion.
And do you think Kyrie's happy about this? You think he's happy with AD coming? Because all reports were, and I understand, I get Curtis's conspiracy theory because LeBron not knowing seems a bit crazy. But it seems like Kyrie had no idea about this either. He was at training in Cleveland, they said. He was shocked when he heard the news. I don't know.
I think they played well together. I think Kyrie liked Luka. He talked about they had a great relationship. So I think he's probably disappointed with this. If anybody's happy, it's probably LeBron. Say what you want about him and AD being boys. You're getting to play now with Luka Doncic. You're getting your team is, and I agree with Curtis in this point, your team is a better team today because of adding Luka Doncic than it was yesterday with LeBron and AD.
So if this is his final run at it, then LeBron James is happy about this.
Yeah, he's got a better chance of, or if he says, you know what, now Luka's only 25 and I want to hang around for a couple of more years and maybe add another piece, you have a better chance if you're LeBron to get to another championship and win one.
And Greg, father, son, each get the same championship ring. Never happened, obviously, in the history of the sport, of any sport, a father and a son on the same active NBA roster winning a championship. Think of,
don't you have to actually score a point in order to...
I mean, Jimmy G has 2 Super Bowl rings. He didn't play in those games. Tuca, Stanley Cup winning goalie behind Tim Thomas.
Yeah.
But, there has never been a logical explanation. And when you see the result, you just seek to understand why and how. And there is no way anybody, because people have compared sports, right, Greg? The Mookie Betts trade. Awful deal. I'll explain to you what happened. The ownership group didn't care about winning. They thought they couldn't or refused to give Mookie an offer that would have kept him here long term, so they hired Chaim Bloom to trade him. That's what happened. It doesn't mean that it was smart, but to me, that wasn't the league was fixed. That was the ownership group sucked. They made a bad decision, and they're living with it.
But it was about money for them.
Right.
It was about, and couldn't it be the same thing here? So
yes.
You have that group that bought a considerable equity stake in the Mavericks and decided we're looking at a $358 million supermax for Luka, and we're just unwilling to do that. We're unwilling to, to put that on the franchise going forward.
Right, they could look at it and go, he's a great player, but we don't think he might be able to get us there, but we don't think he's worth it to give him all this money because he's not going to win us a chip.
This is Peter from Boston. Hey, Peter, what's up?
Hey, guys. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Great. Thank you.
Just want to share relationship. Life is all about relationships. So Nico Harris used to be the Nike rep for AD and Kobe Bryant. How it all ties in, Rob Pelinka, Kobe Bryant's agent. So I don't agree with Curtis that the NBA is involved, but I do agree that it's more of a relationship favor for favor.
Yeah, he's he was also the Nike rep who blew the Steph Curry pitch.
Right, wrong video.
And I believe he called him
Seth. Wrong brother.
when he was there. And that led to a different choice. I think he went with Under Armour instead of Nike.
He did.
And then did the man die? He did.
And Peter, if I could just ask you a quick question, and you make excellent points, truly. Did he look like a guy yesterday that was excited with the trade he made?
No. He looked like he made a big mistake, and it also looked like J. Kidd was not happy about the trade as well.
Right. So if he was doing this all
hang
along to do this deal because it made him happy, he looked like he just had a really bad piece of Shime's pig in a blanket.
Yeah, and behind the scenes, they say that him and AD are still good friends and they keep in contact. One more last thing. Curtis, you said the only time the NBA got involved was with the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers, and the reason is because the NBA owned New Orleans at that time. That's the only reason.
That's the only reason.
So I knew it was something.
That was Wiggy, not me. But yes.
They probably bury me and Jay Button, or we bury ourselves.
Yes.
Wow.
You can just tell he's
Giddy.
not. You can just tell he's a moron.
Did the man die? He did.
Like I don't care what it is with Luka. You talk to him, say, listen, man, you got to get in shape. You put a damn, like you said, you put a trainer on him. You do whatever you got to do. You don't trade away a guy who's 25 years old and who's has been all NBA for like the past 5 years. You just don't do that.
Wiggy, what trade would you have made if you thought Luka was really available and you were Brad Stevens? Is there anything that you would have done? Like, what would be your best offer?
I would say, if I had to make the trade,
would you trade, say, Jaylen Brown as part of a trade for Luka?
Oof.
No.
I would.
Wouldn't you have to?
I would. Listen, I think Jaylen Brown's done a tremendous job, but if you're telling me I could have Tatum and Luka as teammates,
right,
I would do that deal yesterday.
So you would do that deal?
Oh,
yeah.
You'd be a moron not to.
That's why, and I hate giving any validity to anything Curtis says.
It really sucks.
They didn't talk to other teams.
Like
it's like he just woke up at 11:30 p.m. on Saturday night. And he's like, you know what? Let me just see maybe if the Lakers are interested. Let me see what I can get. And
right.
It's very.
So who is it?
Strange.
All right. So in the world of Curtis's, we'll ask Curtis conspiracy. So Adam Silver,
yes,
separate from the owners, says ratings are down. So in order for us to get ratings back up, let's see if we can make the Lakers relevant again because the Celtics are doing good.
Yep.
And maybe that rivalry kickstarts the ratings.
Well,
so we're going to send Luka, who's, one of the top 5 players in the NBA right now,
to a place with In-N-Out Burgers. Not a great idea.
To a team that is not very good, but they have the history.
The biggest star in the NBA is still LeBron James. You would agree?
Yes.
So what this does, we already had Mavs Celtics. And what I was wrong, a lot of people, I'm not saying I predicted this, I thought it was going to do huge numbers. It didn't. It was a massive disappointment TV ratings wise. So Adam Silver, who has been trying to figure out a way to get the ratings back, now you can't make all NBA if you don't play a certain percentage of games. He's throwing out there the idea of 10-minute quarters.
10-minute quarters.
So what better time to do this than in the first weekend without NFL football in 6 months, and you get the Lakers, who have the punchable face coach in Redick, the guy that everybody loves to hate in LeBron, and now you bring in Luka, his son, his grandkid will be coaching soon, and you bring in that. To me, it's a no-brainer. And
but the Lakers, I get what you're saying, but the Lakers are just not good. They're not good. So even adding Luka, it doesn't make it makes them relevant in the world of public. What's the word I'm looking? Attention. Yeah,
Wiggy, Luka brought a worse team than this Lakers team to the Western Conference Finals before. So with LeBron, they're absolutely a player in the Western Conference.
Of course.
Listen, I think that the team that Luka was on, I think Dallas is a better team than the Lakers. I don't know where you got that one from, Sean. So I don't.
Wait, with Luka, the Lakers are a better team than the Mavericks right now.
Yeah,
they are.
I
Yes,
think they have the better two players, but I think the supporting cast for the Mavericks is better.
But supporting cast don't mean jack.
No, I get what you're saying, but it means something when you get to the playoffs. I think this makes them a better team. I will agree with you on that. The Lakers are a better team, but I still don't think this makes them even close to being a favorite.